Hi guys, I'm so excited to talk about joining the 5am club today. I joined the 5am club and it's probably the best decision that I've ever made. Definitely the best one that I've made this year. So I'm going to tell you what it did for me, and then I'm going to go into the positives, negative, there's only one, and then I'm going to go into my exact morning routine. So I decided that I needed to change my life when I realised that I just didn't have enough hours in the day, and I was using that excuse all the time. And I watched a Mindvalley masterclass by Sharma. He's a coach, a motivational speaker, an author. He coaches CEOs and really successful athletes, and he just really knows what he's talking about. And he talked about his 5am routine and this routine that he developed based on all of this science. So I adapted it. For example, he does learning in the morning, whereas I do mine after 9pm at night. That's my reading time and my learning time. So I changed it for me. I also spend a lot longer on the spirituality piece. So I give 50 minutes to my gratitude and my journaling and my meditation. So you can adapt it to whatever it needs to be for you. Number one is my mentality shift. So of course it's hard getting up at 5am when you just want to stay in bed, especially in the winter. It can be really, really difficult. But it gives you that competitive edge when you are up at 5am and everyone else is fast asleep and you are exercising, you're planning your day. By 6am, you've already done so much more than most people, and they might be asleep for another hour or two. And by the time you get to 8 o'clock, you've exercised, you've done an hour and a half of work, you've meditated, you've had your coffee, you've planned your day, and you've had breakfast. You achieve so much more, and it gives you that competitive edge. It also means that you don't have the excuse of not having enough time, because you're literally adding hours to your day. And how many people complain about not having enough time? I do it all the time, and that's why I started getting up at 5am, because I was finding I didn't have enough time to do everything that I needed to do, with working, with housework, with your social life, and all that life admin that you just have to get done. And exercising and meditating are usually the first things to go when you're feeling busy, but they're the most important things to keep your mind and body strong. So getting up earlier gives you that time to focus on yourself before anyone else gets involved with you and starts trying to ask you to do things or taking your energy from you. You have all of that focus and energy to dedicate to yourself and your own development. A really important part of a successful 5am routine is not hitting the snooze button. It is so hard the first time you try to get up at 5am, but it takes around 66 days, according to science, a study by University College London, about 66 days for our brains to adapt to a new habit and to make it automatic. So it's gonna be hard at the beginning, and that's fine. If you can't do it on the first day, just try it again the next day. I remember it was a beautiful summer day and I tried to get up at 5am the first time that I did it. I literally got up, stood up out of bed and was just like, no, nah, this is way too early. Got back into bed, tried again the next day, went straight to the beach, went for a run, loved it. It was stunning. There was no one else around apart from me and one guy that was snorkeling in the water. The water was completely still, watching the sunrise, the pink colours in the sky. It was just incredible, and then I was sold, and that was it, and I've been doing it ever since. Another benefit of getting up at 5am is that you are making a commitment and a decision to take control of your life. You are not being reactive to everything that's happening. You're not waking up, checking your phone, getting up, getting ready, going off to work. You are taking control of your life and you are being proactive instead of reactive, which is so important if you want to have a successful life and be successful in many areas or all areas of your life, because you are taking control and you are showing your brain and your emotions that you are in charge. You are not just going to let your emotions rule your life, because they will just wreak havoc. Another massive benefit is that it gives you structure to your day. So not only are you planning out your day half hour by half hour or hour by hour, so you have that plan to work through throughout the day, which will help tackle procrastination and time wasting. So you're giving yourself that structure, but by starting the day in a structured way, it's a lot easier to carry on throughout the day, because you're not going to want to start with this rocket fuel to your day and this strict structure and achieve until 8 o'clock and then just laze around all day. You're going to have such a boost, and you're just going to want to run through that whole day and just work through your to-do list and get everything done. It really gives you a massive motivation boost. Getting up at 5 is a massive motivation booster if you're doing it right and if you commit to it. Your body also loves the structure. Your sleep pattern is regular, your diet pattern is regular because you're eating at all the same times, if you carry it on throughout the day, that is. And your body loves that. It burns fat quicker, your metabolism gets better, you sleep easier because it knows what is happening and when, and your body craves that. It loves it. So there is only one big downside, apart from that it's hard at the beginning, but you get over that and then it's great. The one big downside is having to stay up late. So I find that if I socialise at a weekend and we stay up late, I am just so tired. I just can't do it. It's difficult. That's the only negative that I can think about getting up at 5 a.m. Apart from that, it has been absolutely life-changing. I achieve so much more. I'm so much more motivated. I've got so much more clarity and focus, and I just know what each day is going to bring because I'm controlling it and I'm being proactive and not reactive. It gives you control over your emotions and it gives you that competitive edge. If you want to achieve more than most people, then you need to do more than most people and be prepared to do what most people are not prepared to do. And most people are not prepared to get up at 5 a.m. So be the person that does, and you will achieve more. And have that time for exercise, have that time for meditation, and it will completely change your life. You will achieve so much more, and I can't wait for it to benefit you like it's benefited me. So the first thing I do is I wake up at 5 a.m. I leap straight out of bed. It's been hard in the winter, to be honest, but I leap straight out of bed and then I do 20 minutes of exercise, and I vary that every day. So it might be yoga, it might be arms, legs, 10 minutes abs, and 10 minutes something else. I just vary each day depending on how I'm feeling. So I do that 20 minutes of exercise, and then my reward for that is a coffee. I absolutely love coffee. And then in the next 20 minutes, so 5:20 to 5:40, I will plan my day half hour by half hour. So I have a diary that splits every single day up by half hour slots. So I will fill all of those up, and then I'm not wasting any time procrastinating or just deciding what I'm going to do because I've already decided it at 5:20 with my coffee. And then at 5:40 is my absolute favourite time of day. So then I spend 50 minutes doing gratitude, doing I am lists, doing journaling. So I would just go between those three things depending on how I'm feeling that day. I will alternate between those three things depending on how I'm feeling that day, and then I will take out my gratitude stone. It's a little purple amethyst stone that I got made about a year and a half ago because no one was selling them in the UK, and then I will choose some other crystals from my little box of crystals depending on how I'm feeling again. And then around 6 o'clock-ish, although within that 50-minute slot I just kind of let things flow depending on how I'm feeling, but around 6 o'clock is when I would go into my meditation, and then I'll spend half an hour thinking about gratitude and things that I'm grateful for, and that just opens the flow of love and joy and appreciation and kind of sets the tone for the whole day. And then I will go deep into meditation, ask questions that need to be answered, guidance, and things like that. So I think I'll do another video all about meditation because that's a really big topic, and if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I just got my certificate to be a meditation teacher, so lots more coming on that. But that's my favourite time of day, and I really notice that if I don't have that meditation and gratitude time in the morning, then it completely throws me off. If I'm staying at someone else's house or on holiday or whatever, and I don't do it for the rest of that day, I just feel kind of icky and like I'm out of control and I don't really know what's going on, and I don't receive the same intuition and guidance that I do when I set aside that time in the morning. Obviously, you don't have to do 50 minutes of that. You can do whatever works for you. But for me, because I obviously operate mainly in the arena of spirituality, that works amazingly for me. So adapt it however you want. But that 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. hour is crucial. It is such a good hour, and you are up before everyone else, and you can achieve so much. So then after 6:30, I will do an hour and a half of work. So I will work from 6:30 to 8 a.m. and I'm just so productive in that time. That is my most productive work time of the entire day. Every Wednesday, that's when I write my Wellbeing Wednesdays post. I absolutely love it. And then at 8 o'clock, I will make a smoothie. And I learnt about smoothies, again, that was from a Mindvalley masterclass with John Butcher, who founded Lifebook. And he's nearly 50, I think he's 49, and looks incredible. And I was like, okay, I need to get on this smoothie thing. So I bought a NutriBullet, and that again has been really life-changing. So if you want to learn more about what smoothies I make every morning, then send me a message and I will happily talk to you about that. So I would love to know how the 5 a.m. routine goes for you. Hit subscribe below. I also do daily inspirational posts on Instagram, and I have a Wellbeing Wednesdays blog that I post on every Wednesday. So hit subscribe below and follow on Instagram, and you'll stay up to date with all of those. I would also love to know what the 5 a.m. routine does for you, and if you're joining the 5 a.m. club, I hope that you do, because it's life-changing and you will not want to go back. I promise you, if you give it the time and the dedication and start to see the results from it. So hit subscribe. I will talk to you again soon, and I'll see you at 5 a.m. tomorrow, yeah?